Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, to my living room. We are live. We've got about 5 minutes to go until the Interstellar Song Contest. I'm excited. I got some tea. I'm sick as a dog, but I'm awake, and I'm here with you. So thank you for joining me for this. Like I said, timescales just happy to be able to stay up late, and like I said, me too. Last week I totally just fell asleep. Thank you to Mark and Christian who took over the show and ran it with minimal glitches. So how this is going to work? If you're just tuning in and they're just new, you're going to tune into BBC iPlayer or Disney Plus in about 3.5 minutes. You're going to watch the Interstellar Song Contest. I'm going to tune in and watch the Interstellar Song Contest. We can have a conversation in the comment section. I won't be saying much, if anything, during the actual run of the show. After the show, if someone joins me, I will take a little break. Mark often comes in. He's not here yet, so maybe he'll make it, maybe he won't. But we'll take a break and possibly talk a little bit about the episode afterwards. Otherwise, we will be talking about the episode on Tuesday at our usual time. Kids are asleep or should be. Gonna go upstairs and watch this with wife. Nice. Say hello for me. Cheers. I have an nice herbal tea, soothe my throat, and I'll pass out immediately after the show, which I hope many of you others who are here will. Please continue to chat in the comment section when you're sitting with 2 minutes left. And what are you guys excited about? I have been trying to avoid most of the spoilers for this season. Some are easy to avoid, some are not. But I've heard one or two about this particular episode. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's going to be and where things have been coming. We'll fall asleep during or after this, so won't chat anymore. That won't be my computer. Well, I'll be chatting on my phone rather than on my actual computer because that's way over here. So you're welcome to have that on in the background if you like. But of course, there's no requirement to do that. Engagement is always appreciated. We're sitting in a minute two. So we should be going very shortly. I'm excited. Rocket, I'm excited because friends have told me this season is good, so it's time. Agreed. It is. I've really enjoyed this season, and I'm hoping this episode will be interesting. At the very least, it'll be a different sort of show. So we'll see how this goes. We got 30 odd seconds. I don't have a second counter. Somewhere under a minute to go. Like I said, you're not going to see this on the screen. You'll be watching on iPlayer or on Disney. Refresh. It's not quite there. Or refresh. Nope. What are you doing? Go back. Stop that. There it is. So it has appeared. I'm going to go on mute, and we will talk to you guys soon. Oh yeah, we're staying. Opium honey.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, damn. That's an angry doctor. So that's the end of the episode. We're going to take a quick intermission, let Candyman catch up. Let Candyman catch up. And so we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Wow.
Wow. Right.
Interesting.
The rumors were true for once, even though they were a lot of wishful thinking. But they did.
I'm glad they brought back the first companion.
Yes, I think that was less of a surprise. We all knew it was going to eventually happen, but
yeah, everyone wanted it to happen, which I think is quite good fan service for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Question. Okay, when she's singing, the actual main star, did she sing Bayard?
I don't know. I'd have to watch it again with that in mind.
Because this is why I was a little bit late. I've tried to rewatch it a little bit, went back 20 seconds and see whether or not put subtitles on and see if she actually sang the word Bayard.
Possible.
But the subtitles didn't tell me what it was, which was really annoying. Yeah, it's one of these ones which was, I don't know what to make of it again. They kept that one quiet. Okay.
Yeah, they did a surprising amount of that. There was a lot of rumors that Kid was going to be Loki.
Yeah.
Said there's no promo. Define why and what do you mean by promo is my question on that.
Well, no, what I mean is normally they do the promo of the next episode. This one they didn't do the promo of the next episode. They've literally how do I say? We went to credits. They went to an epilogue like they did do in Marvel.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Really, they kind of did. We know what the promo is for next week. Next week is May 24th. It is. The whole season has been the promo for the next episode.
How do you mean? Yeah, how do you mean they've got the rights?
The Ronnie was one of those ones that's tied up by another writer or their estate, right? So the BBC doesn't own the Ronnie in the same way they don't own the Daleks. And so I believe that was one of the reasons why the Ronnie didn't come back for such a long time, was they didn't have the rights to bring her back. And either didn't have the ability or will to deal with that.
I'm just trying to have a look. Are you sure that Ronnie was a right issue?
I am fairly certain. I could be wrong, but I am very certain.
Ronnie appeared in the Sixth Doctor episode, didn't?
I don't remember when she first appeared. I'll have to look that up, because that's what I understood, was there was rights issues with her.
Okay.
I didn't think to look at the credits to see, because it probably would have mentioned it there too. Stephanie,
I'm sure Ronnie came out on Sixth Doctor.
Did like it. Didn't like the undoctor-like excessive bit, though. I agree, and it was very out of character for the Doctor, which I think was the point. The Doctor went too far. This is a Doctor that has gone too far, but recognizes it too late. Like, he realized, oh, I've crossed the line, but he's crossed the line. That has been a reoccurring theme with him, is recognizing that he is in fact dangerous. And I'm wondering how that may or may not play into the next two episodes.
Wasn't that this is
destroyed?
I understand what you're saying about this Doctor, but wasn't the idea of Capaldi's Doctor working out whether or not he has gone too far or not? Am I a good man?
Yes. And then this Doctor is one that is going through a healing process. And sometimes that healing process brings on stronger and unexpected emotion.
Right.
That's how healing is. And a lot of the times that is, most episodes that has come out with tears.
Mm-hmm.
Several times it's come out in anger.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he has the gravitas that Peter Capaldi had. That's
You
pretty
mean
hard.
Mavitas?
Yes, Mavitas. Yes, sorry, terribly sorry.
Yeah, because I brought that back as well, didn't I?
Yeah, they brought that back hard.
Can you bring up Leatherman's quote for me, please?
Which?
Yeah, that one. Probably not, because I know in the UK they're doing next week's episode, and the week later they're showing the final in the cinemas.
Yeah,
so
and the final is going to be not at this time, so we won't have to wake up in the middle of the night. It's just going simulcast, BBC One, cinema, and online.
I'm going to stay up midnight.
Is it midnight?
It's midnight release.
Oh, well, even better then.
In the UK, I don't know how well it works out in Canada.
Well, it'll be work it out from there, but whatever the time it is, it definitely is. The Doctor hasn't gone that far before cruelly hurting someone. Except I agree that is definitely too far. And again, that's
unless he is becoming the Valiard,
which is also possible. There's more to it than a one scene, and that I don't disagree. It was very undoctorly, and I agree. No one is going to defend what he did by any stretch. Don't get me wrong there.
What do you think of the Doctor's dark side of the character? Because we've seen him in when Tennant done Timeline Victorious, and we have seen him where the Seventh Doctor has basically literally destroyed Ace's psyche and basically darkness. So technically he's done psychological hurt. We've seen that done before. Physical hurt, I haven't seen that is.
No, and this is a good point here. Is the context of a terror attack, coldness of space, and kind of all of that. So yeah, I'll excuse, but doesn't excuse.
No,
and the Doctor himself would recognize that.
Just remember, 2 wrongs. Yeah,
exactly.
But 2 rights, 2 wrongs don't equal a right, but 2 rights equal an aeroplane.
Exactly. No, and that's totally fair, Screen Effects. Totally fair that it is too far. Like I said, Stephanie's not wrong in her opinion of that going too far. And for some people that's going to be triggering.
Yeah,
it is definitely a difficult scene because he's always been the hero role model for kids. Previously, it's like they're not writing for kids as well now. That's interesting because the biggest complaint has been they've been writing too much for kids in this latest incarnation. So that's an interesting thing. So they're not writing for kids.
As being a Canadian, have you ever seen Eurovision back to back at all?
No.
Or you've never seen
it? If it wasn't for the fact that I deal with so many Brits and Europeans in the last few years, I'd never heard of it before.
Right. Okay.
It's not a factor.
So
in our culture.
That song they played, "Making Your Mind Up," was actually a winning song from the Eurovision Song Contest back in the 70s by a group called Bucks Fizz, because it was one of my favourite songs back in the time. Bucks Fizz, "Making Your Mind Up." I can't remember what year they won that. Okay, 2 seconds. I'll just Google that. Just for a moment. I know I was about a little kid when that came out. Bucks Fizz. making.
And I just want to, I won't bother bringing the comments up because I'm sure they're going to continue. Stuart and Stephanie having great conversation in the comment section. I approve of you both. You're great.
1981. We were four.
About the Doctor and going too far. James, it was a really good episode. I'm hyped for next week now.
I must admit, okay, I wonder if it was an Italian job. You were supposed to just blow off the doors. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not a big fan of Eurovision. I do watch it because I like listening to music. But Eurovision, for a while, used to be very, very political.
Mm.
Like, so each neighboring country would vote for each neighboring thing. I don't know whether or not it was a very, very good story. I love elements of it, but it was very, very campish in the same time. This episode, it was like the Doctor's being dark, but it's also being camp at the same time.
Yeah, it's and that has been a thing that we've also gotten is some of that whiplash of the Doctor going from campy to dark, which I appreciate, quite frankly. I think it's a unique take on the Doctor, and I do appreciate. I love the camp side of it.
So
I adore it. But
in the previous episode, when he kept on pausing everything and stopping.
Sorry, what was that?
You know, in last week's episode, when he was walking the TARDIS, he suddenly just stopped.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's been getting visions of Susan?
It's possible.
Because that will tie back into the last episode when he thought Susan Twiz was Susan.
It's entirely possible. I'm very interested to see where that goes, and if they're going to extend that into a season 3 story arc.
Yeah,
I suspect
I must admit, the bad guy who looked like what's his name in this episode? The Hellier guy, but they all look so much like Gwen Cooper.
Not putting a face and a name together, so I'll go, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Gwen Cooper. She Torchwood. Gwen.
Oh.
Evie Miles. I don't know if it's the same actress, but she looked very, very similar.
There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here for sure.
Yeah, that's possible, especially with the bi-generation.
Yeah, that was a big question. Is he going to bi-generate or properly regenerate when his time comes? And this splitting off of the Ronnie would indicate maybe it's going to be that, and it is going to be another bi-generation. That'll be interesting to see if they do that or if they correct it. Oh, excuse me.
But that's a question. Now, if there's now the time was to start to bi-generate, okay, what happens if they regenerate at the same, like another regeneration? Would there then be basically a bi-generation of a bi-generation?
My head hurts now.
I'm sorry, Dave. I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning for you. What's the time?
It is, and I got a wicked cold.
Okay.
It's 2:15 in the morning. Yeah,
that's the sort of thing I normally do, isn't it?
So I think, and I love this conversation. Please continue the conversation even after we go off the air, because you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm loving seeing this conversation. And we'll often come back to some of these comments and after the fact. So I think it's coming up on Q2 or after 2 for me. I think it's a good time to call it. This is about when we usually call it.
Yeah. Thank you for all the guys joining us today.
Yes, thank you. And continue the conversation because the algorithm loves it. Even after we go off the air, the algorithm loves seeing those comments there. So keep talking in the comments, and we'll come back and check in on those comments before Tuesday. And of course, we will be doing a full review on the Interstellar Song Contest on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 11 p.m. British time. So tune in then. You can find me and Candyman as well live tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Technically tomorrow. Dear God, technically tomorrow. Sunday.
It is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow because it is Saturday. On Spill the Geek Tea.
Yep.
We're talking about Star Wars toys, I believe.
Yep.
So we'll be there talking about that. Except we'll be back on Tuesday. Thank you guys. Keep talking, Stuart, Stephanie. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Leo, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching with us.
Exactly. All of you who joined in, thank you very, very much. Stuart, Ramona, of course, who always joins us. Thank you. Can't leave you out. Timescales, who joined us earlier in the day, earlier in the show. So thank you all for joining. Like I said, continue with the dialogue even after we go off the air.
Put your ratings on it as well if you feel like.
Put your ratings in the comments too. Out of 10 TARDISes, 1 to 10 TARDISes, what do you think you're going to give it? Candyman, first impressions?
Strong 8.
Yeah, that's about right for me. About an 8. So it'll be interesting to see. So yeah, definitely everyone else put your comments in there. We'll keep an eye on it. We're going to end the stream now. Thank you guys for joining us.
I just want to answer the thing about the Candyman was basically a situation on here. It was to do that I sent one of the one of my hosts a box of candy, hence why I got Candyman, and plus the Candyman in the 7th Doctor story. Nothing to do really Wonka or Candyman, the horror franchise. It was more Doctor Who reference.
Yeah. We've all got those fun references that carry through. But have yourself a wonderful day, Candyman, because it's morning for you.
And have a great night.
I'm going the bleep to bed.
Yep. You can say you're tired. You can tell. Right.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, like, comment. You commenting absolutely amazing tonight, and subscribe.
Yes. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe, and join us again on Tuesday. Good night, all.